Hey guys, I got 20 minutes and I'm gonna make a video. It's just gonna be a hangout with Casey type, and I am seeing if I like this better than I like the live streams. We're out in the woods. We've got Mr. James Buchanan Barnes keeping watch. I don't know what he does, but I know that the day I put him in, I saw a dark energy that wouldn't necessarily say was bad. But as soon as he got into the space, I felt like it locked a lot of potential. Like as soon as he got here, it set sort of what did that woman say? A principality? You know, like sort of an authority of how the space is going to operate. You know what I mean? And now I'm getting, that's why they rape kids. Because the kids are the battery that they use to generate the space in the islands. And I'm seeing, literally standing next to Trump in his office. I don't know why. I'm not very political. I'm not left or right. I'm in the woods. Here's my tarot deck I don't use because somebody walked up to me and didn't know that I had just gotten a tarot deck and said, I would watch out with tarot decks. And I was like, okay, that's probably an angel or something. So I'm looking around for the green. Here's the green. In the green is the white thing here. Yeah. And now I need one of my handy dandy mouse pens. Oh, God. A bunch of snacks. Okay. Okie dokie. Close the tent flap. Turn this. Okay. Pray that it's actually working. Where's my handy dandy mouse pen? I just lost it. I had it and I lost it. This always happens to me. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I'm retarded. So, the big issues I'm having in my journey through spirit is presence, focus, stable, grounded identity. Stable identity. Which means that for you and for normal people, you guys can think about things. You can ponder things and hold an idea in your head and expand upon that. Think about that. And then you gain new information and you kind of collapse it into yourself, and you are continuously churning energy and you have peace, so that when you go and talk to people, there's an exchange and there's this big, more vivid, complex sphere of realities. And I have trauma, and that trauma has resulted in what feels like constant attacks and attempts at grounding me down into being susceptible for something else to take a hold, grab a hold and take control, and now they own you. And I found that when I consider, like, one of the things I'm like, maybe I'm a genius, is because I was able to naturally throw that out. I know that any identity I create isn't real. I'm not a create a character type. I'm a Saturn in Taurus in the first house. I am nothing but what I'm doing, what I've done, and a little bit close to who I want to be, but only in the realm of exploration, and then I grow from experience through trials and tribulations. But for me, I don't know, I've been whittled down. It's at a point, I want to tell you that I'm very spiritually gifted with empathy, so that when I'm laying here, I can really see things in another realm. And those things in another realm is like I can feel hatred, animosity, and agendas from other people, conscious creators, or gang stalkers, or the enemy, or just enemies in general. Like I can feel the oppressive influence of people that want to hurt me. That's just natural for me. I know that that's real, especially because when I'm able to successfully in spirit fight it off and get it away, I see legitimate things happening in my external that support that theory or thesis or whatever. When I feel like my op is really like a ravenous barking chihuahua trying desperately to destroy me, but there are other things that have gotten into me that see that as an opportunity to find another way in. So they sort of boost what I know is a raving chihuahua into something that feels like this immense oppressive force of all the different traumas I've ever had. Specifically with things that are unfair and things I can't control, like police brutality where they have qualified immunity, and it seems the whole justice system seems to be under the control of something else that hates my existence and will contort the judge into a ravenous barking animal going and I'm like, hey man, I literally said, I said, hey, can I have a minute? He's like, oh yeah, we'll give you about 60 seconds. Because I just literally hit unmute and I said, hey, um, may I have after you guys spoke, may I have a minute and a half to speak? And he went, and I was like, well, hey, I heard you're a new judge. Hi, I'm Casey O'Brien. Nice to meet you. I have had a lot of bad luck trying to communicate with you guys in the past. I think you guys have the wrong idea about me. I'm not a criminal. I'm not out doing drugs. And it's just they can't hear it. And I can feel it. I can feel them so stuck. And then they get violently aggressive towards me. The judge got violently aggressive and trying to like play this character with pride and try to get other people in on it. And my public defender likes to get in on it. He didn't say Casey was charged with stealing a charger, that the woman does have 3 other instances of lying to the police's face about him, and he has suffered immensely from police. And I think he's a good person. Instead, the lawyer goes, oh, he has other charges in other counties. And the charges are, I was jumped by the cops. That's my charge right now in the other county. I was jumped by the police. And they deleted the body cam footage because what they did was illegal. And that's in Brattleboro and Mooresville. Instead of saying that to the new judge, this pretentious, whiny, fucking pissy loser, instead he goes, he's got charges in other counties. And people have left my lawyer messages saying, I can't believe you treat Casey like this. But it is what it is. So I have something that feels like when I try to form an identity, the outside world literally violently attacks me, and I feel it in spirit as well. So I'm having trouble with presence, focus, a stable structure, identity, and then as soon as I have that, everything else seems to work out because of my determined oppositional defiance disorder, maybe, and my ancient wisdom. And I think that I honestly think I morph into some type of ancient tribal leader or something, like a war chief. The way that I go about life and the thing that I can see my spirit morph into naturally when I'm free, seems to me like in a past life I was probably a very skilled, like I can see that I had feathers and the golden eagle, like I got the shirt, and I've been seeing that for years. I just never mentioned it to anybody. But if you look back at my old music when I release it, you'll see I put the eagle symbolism because that's how it felt. That's what it felt like I was with my self-expression before I knew anything about indigenous and my hair was short and all that. So I think the answer is protein. And I want to try to get 30 minutes of daily mindfulness meditation framework. I need a set of affirmations. And yeah, so I breathed. I got a little bit back into my presence and I felt something wrap around the side that's always been. There's this really oppressive force pushing against me. And I can see that there's an attachment to some other creature here. They look sort of like head crabs from Half-Life. If you look up head crabs, Half-Life. But they also look like, if you look up the video game Prey, they look like those things. And they also look like from Rick and Morty Promortius and the Suicide Squad, James Gunn's Suicide Squad, where they have the creatures that do exactly what I'm talking about. It looks like those things. So I'm assuming it's an extra-dimensional alien force. Those things do not want me to achieve my natural state, which seems to be so powerful that it sheds away reality itself and causes a violent response from every single person that I see. When I finally get there and I just leave this forest and I walk down the street, when I tell you that I'm met with like Truman Show, Beau is Afraid level, unnatural harassment from everybody. Even if I'm just walking down the street, the same exact way I would walk down the street if I didn't feel like this. It's just because I was able to get my spirit into this realm from wherever I'm from. And at the same time, I don't take it that serious. I'm just chilling. I like to watch movies and lay in bed and suffer. So I think that protein and 30 minutes of mindfulness, affirmations, if I can set a certain type of code and keep it embedded and develop a habit of keeping that there. The problem is that when I get torn away to pieces and there's nothing going on because they've taken it from me, even though I feel like they've turned me into an emasculated, beaten, traumatized nothing, and I can't form thoughts, there's a little part that activates in that I think is only achievable through that. And I think that that's why the Masons and the evil people in Hollywood and the YouTube and the streamers and all the industry people, I think that's why they do these horrible rituals, because they're trying to force this power that I have. And when they can't create it that way through specific, it's the same way that I want to do this meditation every day. They have their own way. I think that they also can see the energy that people have, and they've developed a system to take it from me and from you and from everyone. So how do I keep it in? And how do I keep them from taking it while also being enmeshed in nature has been my main focus. And I found that cigarettes can help, but it detriments the body too much. Most animals rely on making noise, and I can't do that because I have enemies that will call the police, that are looking for excuses to hurt me. Like most things deal with they use their throat chakra. Eh, eh. And that's okay. Fasting. We need to find something that can break down. So we need frequency baths, waterfalls, I'm hearing. Break down the. Is it nanotech, you think? What's this thing that's keeping us from getting into our bodies? That controls us through fear. And has slowly been making us eat to grow that parasite. And that's why people are making movies like Parasite. Because the outside realm uses us to send messages to all of us at once through creation. Break down the intruder. Break down the insides. And that's sunlight, running, breathing, fasting, rest, no screens. And I think a lot of us probably need animals, because doing this alone is pretty impossible. Because there's nothing to ground you in the new reality you're trying to find to break out of this groupthink social matrix. And you're alone, like I am. I have nothing to ground me, so I end up just cycling through the infinite and never being able, because trauma had taken my sense of security and safety. If you never experienced it, I hope you never do, unless you're a piece of shit, and then I hope you get worse. No screens, animals. Okay. Where? The universe wants me to build a stone foundation. I guess I've never been down where it's telling me to go, but I've never seen what that area is, but I don't think there's any stones down there. So I would need a pickup truck. I don't think there's a river there either. When you realize that reality is happening all at the same time and that time is an illusion, so that when you look into your memories with this greater understanding of the Higgs boson and the Higgs field in quantum mechanics, and having dissolved a lot of the old ways into a more vivid experience of everything, and then you look into your memories almost like it's literally projected there, you realize that it is happening. It's just separated by something we believe to be physical separation. Like, I'm here and it's over there, and then from here to there is time, when really it's all happening at the same time in one layer of reality. So, like, a couple years ago, I went through this sequence of events randomly, and it didn't feel real at all. It felt like a dream. And there were things that happened in that sequence of events that didn't make sense until right now.